Jai Shri Ram. These are two questions from the ETS Big Book. Big Book is considered the ultimate repository of all the vocabulary and exercises, which were actually 54 tests released by ETS some 50 years ago. These are questions from that. Now, this is not the pattern in which you currently will face a question in the GRE, existing GRE test. You have only 27 questions for verbal, only two sections. The first one will be 12 questions and the second will be 15 questions. Okay. And for each blank, there will be 3 options. So, if it is a 2 blank, that means 2 sets of 3 each will be available. So, this is the old one. For all you know, the same sentence could be there in the test tomorrow with 2 sets of 3 words each. So we are doing it because the big book is considered the ultimate compendium. Okay. The valedictory address. Valedictory is the convocation. That means the day when you receive your graduation certificate, the citation. But of course, in our Indian universities, they have made it an occasion for partying and getting drunk and fighting and all that. So valedictory function, they are still continuing. The valedictorian, valedictora, valedictorian means the first ranker. He will address the gathering, he will deliver a talk, and the salutatorian, salutatorian, is the second rank holder who will be the MC for the function. So there is a formal function, and then there is a what do you call valedictory function, that prom is there, PROM, prom, short form, promenade, PROMENADE. Promenade means a ballroom dance. Boys are expected to wear tuxedos and kamarbands. Tuxedo is an informal coat. Kamarband is actually an Indian word, Hindi word, CUMMERBUND. It's a sash of cloth, a dupatta like a band of cloth which the boy is supposed to wear around his waist, something like a belt, cloth belt. So that has become kamarband. The Englishman has taken that word. So, and girls are supposed to wear gowns and get dressed up to tempt, seduce the other boys and all that. And the girls who don't dance are called a wallflower, WALLFLOWER. So I don't understand why we should follow their tradition. We should have our own dress. They wear that academic gown and a square, SQUARE. Square means that square shaped hat. Why should we imitate them? Because we have an inferiority complex. Are Americans imitating us, our fashions, our traditions, our festivals, our food? No. Once in a while they will do that. Yeah. So we also can do it once in a while. It can't be an established custom. So thank God, currently under Modi ji, many universities have adopted an Indian approach, Indian dress for the valedictory function. Why should you imitate anybody? If you are suffering from a severe inferiority complex, you should come to a psychologist like me. I am a lay psychologist. I will cure you of all your delusions and all your inferiority complexes. Okay? So the valedictory address, as it had developed in American colleges and universities over the years, has become a very strict form. Very strict form. A literary dash that permits very little dash. So, genre is a category. Oration means a public speech. Grandiloquence means pompous speaking, inflated big words, big sounding, high sounding words with very little substance. Let us look at the next one. A human being is quite a dash creature. For the gloss of rationality, okay, underline gloss of rationality. Gloss is a word with many meanings depending on the context in which it's being used. Gloss means a superficial layer. Gloss also means shining. A gloss also means a summary. If I'll give you a gloss of this passage or shlokam, that means a summary. Glossary in a book, the glossary occurs at the end of the book. Many students don't know where it occurs. It is proof that they have never read any book. So, glossary is at the end of the book, which will give you definitions of the words that have been used in that book. So, please read the glossary and the index. The index will list out all the important concepts. So the smart reader will go direct to the index with a highlighter, identify the concepts that you don't know, quickly go to the pages and read them. Rest of them, since you already know, you can scan through the book. That's a smart way of reading a book. Go to the index and the glossary. Okay. So a gloss of rationality. Rationality means logical thinking. There is only a gloss of rationality. You see, people are so deeply superstitious, but they think that they are very intelligent, smart and logical reasoning people, which is not true, because what is there is only a gloss of rationality. Ulli pora. It is like a fine thin layer, gilded gold, gilding, thin layer of gold, gold foil, aluminium foil, silver foil on sweets you will find. Okay, that's simply a foil. If you just blow hard, it will fly away. So this is the problem with many people. A human being is quite dash creature. See, if you don't understand the phrase gloss of rationality, you won't understand how to deal with this. That's the reason I have to explain so much. You see, language learning is not an easy thing. You are good at your mother tongue because right from childhood your mother was teaching you, parents were teaching you, then teachers came, then movies came and so many other things came, and today you are very good in Telugu or Hindi, whichever is your mother tongue. So the Americans are taking this test in their mother tongue and they are very happy. But this has become our father tongue. So this is unfair. Education in our country should be in the vernacular language. Telugu universities for Telugu people. Yeah, we can also teach English or Hindi. You can decide which one is a common language. Hindi is already being spoken for so many thousands of years. That is the common language. Or make Sanskrit the common language. Because once Ambedkar wanted Sanskrit as the national language. Why? Because one who knows Sanskrit can easily learn any Indian language. Because Indian languages are all derived from Sanskrit language. Sanskrit is the mother of all Indo-European languages. You can in fact learn English also very, very well if you are a Sanskrit scholar. So language learning is such a elaborate process. It cannot be done overnight. So this is the reason you see many Indian students have a difficulty with GRE, because this is all idiomatic English. So many phrases. The idioms, the phrase has one meaning and the individual words in that phrase have completely different meaning. So language learning is a big task. That's the reason I have to dilate, I have to expand, I have to expatiate. A human being is quite dash creature, for the gloss of rationality that covers his or her fears and dash is thin and often easily breached. Breach means to tear through, violate. So fear is some negative word, isn't it? So now just take a look. Frail, below frail ochindi. Frail means very weak and delicate, like our old Sanso hunching. You must be robust, strong like Bhima, Arjuna, Krishna. If you are worshipping Rama, if you study Valmiki Ramayana, where the description of Rama's physique is given, you will be shocked. He is like a boxer. He is like a wrestler actually. Heavyweight wrestler. Rama is not thin and delicate, okay? Rama is extremely physically strong. Krishna is a wrestler by profession. By profession, not really. He is a master of 64 arts. Balrama, they were all heavily, powerfully built. And look at these jokers. Frail body. Frailty, thy name is woman, Shakespeare said. He had not seen Mayavati, Jayalalitha, or Didi, Mamta Banerjee. So then he would have changed his quote. Frailty means state of being very delicate. Valiant is very brave. Phobia is an irrational fear. Ludicrous means laughable, ridiculous, absurd. Those ludicrous dogmas in those Abrahamic cult books, these desert books, born in the desert. So desert culture holy, ludicrous, laughable, ridiculous, absurd, mindless. So please keep working, and don't mind my sarcasm. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Now I'm 60 plus, and I'm going to go down laughing. I will laugh at the whole world. At least I should be entitled to laugh. And to laugh, I must satirize. And my satires will force you to think, so that you can live up to the fundamental duty number 8 in the Indian Constitution. Develop a scientific temper, spirit of inquiry, humanism, and reform. Isn't it? Satyameva jayate or bullshiteva jayate. You decide. Jai Shri Ram.